Not all horses were created equal. Some weren't just born to gallop, but to conquer time and myth, to cross blazing deserts like gusts of living sand, to sleep beside warriors under ancient moons, to carry in their eyes the unbroken reflection of fallen empires and eternal glories. Today, we're not speaking simply about an animal, but about a living legacy, a symbol forged by history and sculpted by the wind itself, a creature whose elegance defies logic, whose endurance writes legends, and whose soul, untamed and pure, invites us to journey into the very heart of the desert. Today, we meet the Arabian horse, more than 4,000 years ago, in the vast, scorching sands of the Arabian Peninsula desert. An exceptional creature was born, one that would profoundly mark the history of humankind. It wasn't just any animal, nor was its domestication like that of other equines. Raised by Bedouin tribes under extreme conditions of heat, scarcity, and hardship, this horse was shaped by the harshest nature and by the patient, wise hand of humans. The Bedouins didn't just care for it, protect it, and breed it with devotion. They revered it. For them, the Arabian horse was a blood companion, a reflection of their nomadic, warrior, and resilient spirit. They considered it a gift from God, and it's no surprise that ancient legends claim it was created by Allah from the south wind, endowed with courage, loyalty, nobility, and unmatched beauty. But beyond myth, history backs it up. It was the engine of caravans that wove trade routes between Asia, Africa, and Europe. It was the mount of leaders like Saladin during the Crusades. And it witnessed conquests, alliances, and epics that changed the course of entire civilizations. Its endurance, able to survive on little food and water in extreme climates, its intelligence, its loyal character, and its speed made it an irreplaceable ally both in peace and in war. Physically, its unique morphology, fine head and concave profile, arched neck, tail carried high at the trot, and a distinct skeleton with one less rib than other horses, has given it an elegance and efficiency admired for millennia. Even today, centuries later, its legacy lives on. Most modern horse breeds around the world carry part of its genetics, since it was used to improve other lines for its purity, energy, and beauty. Breeds like the English Thoroughbred or the Andalusian bear its ancestral mark. The Arabian horse is not just an icon of equestrian history, but a creature that has crossed not only deserts, but centuries, cultures, and continents, remaining a symbol of indomitable spirit, living heritage, and the bond between humankind and nature. If the soul of the Arabian horse was forged by legends and centuries of history, its body is the tangible proof of a perfect evolution, shaped both by nature and by the selective hand of humankind. See it once, and you'll remember it forever. Its compact, harmonious, energy-filled silhouette reveals a millennia-old adaptation to the most extreme environment on the planet. The head, with a concave profile and refined proportions, is small yet noble, with a broad forehead, wide nostrils, and large, dark, expressive eyes that convey intelligence and sensitivity. It has small, mobile ears that reinforce that ever-alert expression. Its neck is long, elegant, and arched, with a high set that accentuates the grace of its movement. The chest is deep, the shoulders sloping, which gives power and efficiency at the gallop. The back is short and strong due to an anatomical singularity. The Arabian horse has fewer vertebrae than other breeds, only 5 lumbar instead of 6, and 17 pairs of ribs versus the usual 18, which gives it a more compact top line and a more balanced center of gravity. This physical structure is no accident. It allows the horse to conserve energy, maintain endurance, and cover long distances with minimal wear. The croup is usually level and rounded, and its tail, set high and carried upright at the trot, is one of its most characteristic marks. It seems to wave like a proud standard. The limbs, fine yet strong, end in hard, resilient hooves, ideal for dry, rocky terrain. Taken together, the Arabian horse blends beauty and functionality like few breeds in the world. Elegant without weakness, compact without stiffness, and light without fragility. The body of the Arabian horse is a sculpture of biological perfection, and its history a legacy woven by empires and legends. Its soul, its character, is what ultimately makes it a unique creature in the animal kingdom. Because the Arabian horse doesn't just obey, it understands. And the ancient Bedouins knew this well. They didn't treat it as a simple pack animal, but as another member of the family. They raised it inside their own tents, made it sleep beside them, covered it during storms. It wasn't a luxury or a whim. It was a necessity born from the deep bond between human and animal. This horse didn't just have strength and endurance, it had memory, intuition, intelligence. It could remember entire routes through the absolute nothingness of the desert, guided by the wind, by the shifts in the sand, by the secret language of the stars. In battle, it would never abandon its rider. It was brave, loyal to its last breath, aware of the bond that tied it to the one on its back. But in times of peace, it showed another face, a calm sensitivity, a natural curiosity, a gentleness that bordered on the human. It watches closely, responds with intention. Thus, its behavior completes the circle. History, body, and soul merge to give life to one of the most extraordinary beings humanity has ever known. For centuries, it was the elite steed of its time, light as a shadow, fast as lightning, tireless like the very sand that saw it born. It was the mount chosen by generals on campaign, by sultans in expansion, by explorers who ventured beyond the known world. Its speed saved lives in ambushes and retreats. Its endurance crossed kingdoms and territories, carrying messages, hope, or conquest. Where others stopped, it kept going. Where fatigue broke the enemy, it moved forward with a steady heart and eyes ahead. And the astonishing thing is that thousands of years later, that spirit hasn't faded. It continues to shine brightly in the modern world. Today, the Arabian horse excels in disciplines that demand not only beauty, but composure, ability, and courage. In endurance racing, where only the strongest withstand days of hundreds of kilometers, its name is synonymous with triumph. In dressage, its intelligence and sensitivity make it a natural interpreter of the equestrian art. And in shows and exhibitions, its innate elegance makes it stand out effortlessly. Did you know, for example, that the Arabian horse can survive on far less water than other breeds? Its body, shaped over millennia by the harsh conditions of the desert, learned to endure where others simply could not. And it's not just its body that impresses. In ancient cultures, some individuals were so valuable, so sacred, that they were buried alongside their riders in rituals filled with spiritual meaning and eternal respect. The Bedouins, guardians of this unique lineage, bred only asil horses, that is, pure ones, and preserved their bloodlines orally for centuries, as if they were family legends, unalterable, sacred. This purity didn't go unnoticed through the ages. Great conquerors like Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan, and Napoleon admired horses with Arabian traits, knowing they carried a rare combination of strength, loyalty, and distinction. And as if that weren't enough, modern science has confirmed something the ancients already sensed. The heart of the Arabian horse is slightly larger in proportion to its body than in other breeds. And what does that mean? That its endurance, its drive, and its ability to push past physical limits aren't just poetic. They're real, measurable, almost miraculous. This is an animal not only created to survive, but designed to endure, to move us, to conquer both the body and the soul of those who know it. And so, after thousands of years of legends, battles, endless routes, and the admiration of entire empires, the Arabian horse is still here. Today, it remains a universal symbol of elegance, intelligence, and mystique. Its essence stays intact, even though the world has changed. It's bred in more than 60 countries, in programs that tend to every detail, protecting bloodlines with an almost religious devotion. If this journey moved you, we invite you to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on the bell so you don't miss more stories like this. And tell us in the comments, what surprised you most about the Arabian horse? Share this video and help us keep the legend alive. See you next time.